This is a juicy one. Hello everyone, my name's Alicia and I'm a musical theatre performer. I'm currently in Grease the Musical in London's glittering West End. Let's do a Q&A, shall we? Because it's been highly requested. I have a show in a couple of hours, so I'm going to be doing my makeup while I do this video. I got quite a lot of questions. A lot of them were very similar, so I'm going to group them into sort of little categories, I guess, and try and answer them all together. So the first two questions are, how do you reset after a long week at work, or how do you find the energy, especially for 2 show days? So energy is something that is really hard to find. When you've got an 8 show week in a show that is so intense and full out, it is pretty hard, and you kind of just have to strap yourself into the roller coaster and tell yourself you're going to be okay and it's going to just come out of your body. I am tired all of the time, I won't lie to you. There's not really a day, we only have 1 day off a week, so after that 1 day off I don't feel fully rested. And also on your day off you want to be doing things like life things and actually being a real life human, but a lot of the time I end up lying in bed all day to try and get as much rest as possible. And that means I don't really have too much of a life, which is pretty sad. As for the 2 show day question, a lot of caffeine is often used by me and my fellow castmates. Coffees, energy drinks, a good hearty meal. Even if you don't have the energy, as soon as you step on stage you sort of find it from somewhere. So that leads me nicely on to the next question, which is, what is your favorite in-between show snack? Girl, it is not a snack, it's a full meal, and usually I go for like sushi, but with loads of extra bits like edamame, etc, etc, because it's like light but also is quite good fuel with all the rice and everything. I do have snacks that I keep at the theatre, which I will have like literally just before a show or something like that, and I normally go for sort of protein bars, breakfast bars which are like full of energy. What else do I go for? Crisps, chocolate, sugar, literally anything that I feel that is going to get me through. Next little set of questions. Why did you decide Trixie as your character name for Grease? Why did you choose to name your character Trixie in Grease? We all had to come up with a character name, because if you've seen the show and bought a program, you will see that our character names are actually in the program. Our director was very keen on us ensemble people being very individual and being fully rounded characters as much as the leads are, sort of thing. I started by Googling popular names in the 1950s, and Beatrix was one of them, and I knew that my costumes were going to be very bright and colourful, that my character was going to be really energetic. She reminds me of Cyndi Lauper a lot, so I was gonna go for Cindy, but then it manifested it from Beatrix into Trixie. And actually a lot of people in the cast don't even call me Alicia anymore, they just call me Trix. Which I think is so cute, and yeah, I really like that nickname, so glad I chose that one. Right, now we're getting into the audition process for Grease. Sort of how many rounds and what was the process like? Oh, let me think. Way back to, when was that? February? Yeah, February. So that was a fair few months ago now. So we did a dance round, and then there was a cut, and then there was another dance round, and then there was a cut, and then there was a singing recall, and that was all on 1 day. And then we did a material round where we sang some of the bits from the show, and then there was a final where we did all of the choreo. We also did some partner work, and then we had to do our material again, along with a monologue of the character that we were in for. Fun fact, I was in for Patty, so I did a full monologue talking as Patty. So yeah, there was quite a few rounds. Very, very lucky to have got this one. More Grease questions. Are you an understudy for any of the leads? And if you could play any role in Grease, what would it be? So I understudy Frenchie and Cha-Cha. I'm first cover Cha-Cha and second cover Frenchie. If I could play any one of the leads, it would probably be Kaniki. But talking realistically, as a female presenting person, I would probably love to play Frenchie, because when I did my cover run, I'll put some pictures here, it was the most fun thing ever. I loved it. I think the character is very similar to who I am in real life, so yeah, love her. Little bit of a random one. Would you ever like to do Moulin Rouge? Absolutely yes, but I wanted to answer this question because it's something that I actually really struggle with in the industry at the moment. I never really get seen for any of those types of shows, and I'm talking about sort of Moulin Rouge, Chicago, you know the type of shows that I'm talking about, sort of mature women shows. I never get seen for them. I never even get an audition or in the room for them, and that's just because I don't really give that. But I feel like if I have the right makeup on and you see me dance, then it's a kind of different story. So yeah, I would love to get in the room for that one day, but at the moment I don't really have the headshot to support that, if I'm honest, which is probably my fault. All right, big section on drama school. Turns out a lot of my followers or subscribers are aspiring musical theatre performers, which makes complete sense. Okay, there's a lot of these drama school questions, so I'm just gonna do quick fire. Did you go to drama school or have any tips? Yes, I went to drama school. Where did you train? I went to Bird College. Advice for current musical theatre students, I would say, take a breath, take a chill pill. It's not the end of the world. It can feel like being at college is your whole life. It's not. It's just a little tiny part of your life, and it's not a big deal if you don't get picked for things. Advice for people auditioning to go to drama school, you have to just go and show them that you have got potential to be something great. And you don't have to be a finished product, you just have to be malleable to them. So bear that in mind. Advice for third year, or advice for third year at Bird. So I'm going to tell you a little story here. In third year, you do several performances for agents, right? And there'll be people getting agent offers from like September, and you'll feel so much pressure, like, oh, why aren't I getting agent interest, da 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 da. And I want to let you in on a little story time here. I was very, very lucky in third year. I got a fair few opportunities to sing solos, to dance, to be acting comedy parts, which is so my bag. And I was very, very lucky to be given those opportunities. But I got 0 agent interest. Actually, I think I got one agent interested in me, but it was an agent that I didn't really want to go with. So, and like everyone was getting, what, 10, 11, 12 agent offers, and I had nobody except for this one agent that didn't really feel matched me, really. So anyway, I was really upset through my whole third year. I spent my whole year moping around, and then it came to the end of the year and I got 10 offers. 10. So I'd spent my whole year upset for no reason whatsoever, because a lot of agents just wait. They wait till they've seen all of the colleges to give out their offers. Obviously, it makes sense. So my advice for third year is to chill out. It's not the end of the world if you don't get offers straight away. A little bit off topic, hair products for curly hair. Currently, I use a company called Bouclem. I'll be honest, I am using them because they were gifted to me. They are very good, but they're on the higher end. They're a little bit expensive. So I don't think I would buy again, but I'm very happy to have them, if that makes any sense. Brands that I would go to usually from a Superdrug or a Boots or drugstore would be Shea Moisture, Camille Rose. That would probably be it, actually. I actually can't speak while I'm doing this eyeliner. Next one, what is your dream role? So I don't really have a dream role. So I'm at my happiest when I get to sing a solo, but also get to dance to my full ability, which is why Bring It On was just the best show that I think I'll ever do. And Ava was my dream role pre-playing her, so that was great. But in terms of like dream roles now, I can think of like Millie in Thoroughly Modern Millie. I'm not really quite old enough, I don't think, to play that. But yeah, anything where I can like show all of my talents, I guess. Top tip, while I'm here, I got this little tiny, it's like a glasses case. I got it from Brighton in one of the little shops, and I just store my eyelashes in there, and it is literally a lifesaver, you know, when you just lose eyelashes in your makeup bag. It's brilliant. You must get one. What is your favourite number to perform in the show? What's your favourite number to perform in Greece? My absolute favourite is the hand jive. If you've seen me in the show, you'll know that my hand jive is really, really fun. I go upside down, I spin, I am on the floor, I'm leapfrogged over. It's a really, really fun track. It is the longest ensemble hand jive, and then it goes me, Frenchie, and then Cha-Cha, which are my 2 covers. So I cover the longest hand jive track. So yeah, that number is definitely my favourite. Which other character would you like to have played in Bring It On? I don't know whether many people know this actually, but I actually covered Campbell as well as playing Ava, which was wild. The only thing is I didn't ever get to go on because it ended up being such a short run, but I would have absolutely loved to have gone on. But I do think I would have missed Ava. I did really, really enjoy playing her. But yeah, it would have been nice to just tick Campbell off, I guess. How do you overcome stage fright? You don't. No, I actually get more nervous in auditions than I do on stage in front of thousands of people, which is wild. I guess in an audition there's so much riding on it. It's so high stakes. It could be your income, could be a difference between getting a mortgage and not getting a mortgage. You know, the stakes are pretty high. On stage, I always tell myself I am literally prancing around in front of a few people in a stupid costume and just singing a few words. That's how I get through. That is, of course, belittling my job completely because it is a very hard job, but it completely calms me down because I think, actually, yeah, I'm just entertaining a few people on a Saturday night rather than, oh my God, all of these people are watching me and they're all judging me. You can get into that spiral of thoughts. So I always try and play the situation down. In the moment, if you're feeling nervous, I always do really deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth like that. That's really dramatic, but it really does help to just calm down your breathing so that you can actually get something out that is controlled. I don't really get nervous when I'm dancing, but singing, definitely. And I've been in this industry for 5 years now, and I promise you, it does not get easier. Okay, next one. What do performers do if they don't get jobs after their contract has ended? That is very, very, very common. It's very unlikely for you to just launch straight into another job. I don't think I've ever done that. I've always had several months off in between contracts because auditions are hard. It's hard to even get an audition, never mind actually book a job from one. So you're more than likely to have to do other work in between. I've done a multitude of things, including front of house work, including party princessing, including Easter entertainment work, singing. Yeah, that's kind of where I go to in between jobs. In lockdown, I was a carer and I would go back to doing that in a heartbeat. So yeah, you just have to find something that doesn't absolutely kill your soul because you'll be very unhappy. It's hard to find something that works for you, but it's absolutely something that's worth investing time into, figuring out how you're not going to be sad in between performing jobs, basically, because it can get intense. Here's a juicy one. Things I wish I was told about the industry. Okay, it's really, really hard to get a job. The pay is not great. The pay is not enough to get a mortgage, even if you're in the West End. If you're in this industry, it's a passion project. It's not, oh, I'm gonna get rich doing this job. It's not that at all. But nobody does this job for the money, right? Like, we all do it because we live and breathe it and we're passionate about it. So I wish somebody had said to me, you will get another job. You will, you just will. If you work hard and you are continuously training, you will get a job. Like, every time I finish a contract, I tell myself, God, I might never work again. You know, if I'm getting all of these no's, it can get quite a lot. But I'll get one eventually. I'll get a yes eventually. So, you know, you just really have to have that mindset of, I will work again, I just don't know when it is. And you have to be quite laid back about that, to be honest, and it's hard. And last but not least, tips for getting into the West End. Well, there is no tips. No, so you have to be good, but also you have to be 100% right for the show, in the right place at the right time, know the right people. There's a lot of factors that are completely out of your control as to whether you get into the West End or not. I was lucky. Grease, I am completely right for. I was good at the choreography. I could cover this person and this person. I fitted into a track that already existed. Bob's your uncle, fan is your aunt. That will almost never happen. So it is just coincidence, really. Obviously, you have to be talented to be in any show, in any job, but it is more about, are you right? And sometimes you do have to be really completely brutally honest with yourself and go, no, actually, I'm not completely right for that. And that's why I've not got it, actually. It's not because I'm not talented enough, or I haven't got the skill set for it. It's because I don't fit into what they've cast before, or I've not got that soprano range that is needed for that track, you know? Oh, I love that stuff. So yeah, there is no tips. It's just the roll of the dice, sadly. That is all the questions I have time for. Thank you so much to anybody that sent in a question. It really does mean a lot, and I hope this video helped in some way, shape or form. I am going to go and get a wig on and do a show now, so thank you so much for watching. Lots of love.